now. Shh. Everybody relax.
Okay, so if you're waiting on me, what was the last 5 minutes, man?
I was talking about dogs.
This podcast.
What up, everybody? This is Touchdowns and Tangents. I'm Kenneth Berry in the studio. Have all our wonderful people who are also on the show in the Zoom chat. And
who are also on the show? Wow.
Who are also on the show.
What is this? The Kenny Berry quartet now?
No, first off, a quartet. I don't even have time to explain you what a quartet is, you jackass. First off, this is the last podcast of 2020 that you will ever hear.
Or it's the first podcast of 2021.
That is true.
Depends when you listen.
Depends on the time zone, too. And probably the most accurate. So whatever we say is like, it's gold. Like if somebody, I don't know, happens to be in Hawaii getting drunk and then they fly to the States and then fly back before, New Year's Eve in Hawaii or, wherever that is. And technically they can say they saw the new year and they saw the first part of 2021 and the last part of 2020 in a matter of hours. That's kind of crazy.
That's true.
But I'm just going to, give a round of applause for all of us for making it, through this far in the Hunger Games. We made it to the end, guys.
The odds will ever be.
Is this really the end, or is this just like the third movie chopped up into two pieces, like the real Hunger Games?
Wait, what did you say?
And we're in the second part?
I think this
Never mind.
Yeah, I think this is the second movie going into the third.
The one we're still...
That's what I'm...
Before or after Philip Seymour Hoffman died. Yeah.
No. What I was trying to say is because, the movies are supposed to be a trilogy, but then they split up that last movie into two.
Which was so dumb.
So you thought it was going to be over after the third one, but they were like, nah, about to get your pockets one more time.
Right.
But that's because Philip Seymour Hoffman died of a heroin overdose, which was really dark.
It's kind of like making The Hobbit into 3 movies when the original book was like 150 pages.
By the way, I finally finished the last Hobbit movie.
Oh, really?
Only took
finally
11 months.
Nah, that movie came out like in 2017.
Oh, so
I saw the first two. I just never saw the third one. I got HBO Max to watch a mediocre-ass Wonder Woman movie. I fell asleep in twice.
Hey, first off, that is very sexist and misogynistic of you. How dare you say that movie sucked? That's very misogynistic of you.
Did you watch the new one?
Fuck no.
Yeah. So what are you talking? The first one was dope.
Of course it was.
The second one was hot. Ass.
Hot ass.
But not like the good kind of hot ass.
So
like Kristen Wiig being hot or what?
They made Kristen Wiig hot for a couple minutes.
Like Lamar Jackson at halftime in that versus that Jets game.
Oh man! Hey!
Hot like me on the toilet right before this. I called in.
Bro, no one needed to know.
Are you off the toilet right now, Pete? You were late.
Oh, that's why he was late.
I noticed your picture hasn't come up yet. You're still reading a newspaper.
I just want to point that out.
Yeah, I have a Lamar Jackson situation I had to handle.
So you cramped up? You cramped up while taking a crap? Because you didn't stretch?
Something like that.
Pulled a hammy?
Something like that.
And that's the worst when you're in the bathroom for a really long time and you're not even using the bathroom. But like as soon as you want to get up, you just feel that cramp in your hamstring, that pain that splits right down the back of your leg because you were stretching your leg out for too long. You had it in an awkward position. That's just the worst.
Yeah, I think that's I think you're the only one on this call with that problem.
No, people sit awkwardly in bathrooms all the time doing nothing, and then they catch a fucking
I
cramp.
prefer your bad circulation takes over talk about your fantasy football team. So let's just keep it rolling.
First off, I'm still hurt about that, and fuck you. Like seriously, how do you you could have just stopped him at 4 touchdowns, bro, and I would have won my championship. Like, I don't even want to. Like, I don't want to do any of that shit anymore now. Like, that was just all a waste of time. Like, I got all the way to the championship after whooping everyone's ass all year. Oh, and then, man.
Your ex-boo came back and burned you?
Like, the worst part is Tyreek Hill, who got me there.
Closed them out?
I mean, are you telling on yourself before the year's out?
No, I'm telling on you.
No, it sounds like you're telling. Who are you talking about? What you mean?
With your imaginary money fantasy league.
I mean, you talking about exes coming back to burn you, and I'm like, I don't have exes. I don't know who you're talking about.
Hey,
I'll
tell you about money making players. I'll tell you what. Being a little homer here, David Montgomery got me into the championships and won me the championship. So shout out to David Montgomery for blowing up the last couple years. Isn't that the best when one of your players on your team actually performs well for your fantasy team?
Like Devontae Adams.
What's that like?
Unlike Tyreek Hill, motherfucker.
Because every time I pick a fucking Raiders player,
why do you pick a Raiders player?
They always have a week with like 40 yards.
Bro, Waller gave me a solid 15.
Yeah. You know what?
That's all you can expect.
I got tired of having him all fucking year, and then all of a sudden he goes on a 5-game stretch of like fucking balling. I was like, wow. Why would you
get rid of Waller? Like, other than Kelsey, there's no better tight end. I have Hawkins. I had Hawkinson and Waller.
I didn't get rid of him. I just didn't pay money for him because he's expensive.
Well, that's why it's like stocks. Positions. You buy low, or you invest. Like, shout out to Dalvin Cook. Rest in peace to his father.
Dude,
he's not playing this week because of that too, right? I mean, there's really no point for him to play this week, obviously, too.
Mike Zimmer going to get fired, just letting you know, because of Kirk Cousins and that shitty defense that was a Super Bowl caliber defense, and then they just let it erode for like 4 years. What were you going to say, Izzy?
Fantasy football is like stocks for you guys, dude. It's crazy. It's literally like you guys are trading.
It's another way to talk shit. Let's just be honest. As guys, fantasy football was another way to talk shit and have bragging rights over your friends.
But there's like strategy behind it.
Yeah,
there's definitely strategy.
Yeah, it can get irritating.
Or it just becomes a time suck with no stakes at it, and then it's like, what are you doing?
It's not even a time suck. I don't know.
I don't know.
I spend no more than like 20 minutes a week on my fantasy lineup.
Yeah, Kenny, next year you gotta put some money down on it, man, and make it worthwhile.
Yeah.
But if I lose, I'm going to be violently angry, and I'm going to want to track down the person who won it and get my money back. I'm a sore loser. I'm a horrible loser.
Then don't lose.
Well, stay your ass in the quadruple A league then.
That's actually yo, Izzy really just hit me with the Logan Paul knockout.
How do you have a minor league fantasy team?
It was a major league lineup, bitch. It was a major league lineup. The stakes just they were higher.
Well, the highest scoring play this year too, because like COVID had such an impact. Like in my championship round, one of his best receivers was Jarvis Landry, and all Cleveland Browns receivers didn't play this weekend because they all had COVID.
4 of them.
I feel like Barry stakes are like, all right, if I lose this week, I'm going on a juice cleanse.
Did you just call me Barry?
Barry.
Just call me Barry, you fucker. Pick a name. You don't get to call me multiple names in certain settings. That's weird, Pete. You don't know who does that.
Anyways.
Kenny, this year we're going to call you Keith Barry.
Nah, that doesn't make sense. Keith is Keith.
Barry.
You can't call me Keith.
It was hilarious when he called you Keith.
And it didn't, like, I don't even know why it was offensive. It just hurt. It was just like, like, come on.
Well, anyway.
Nice drink, Eric, by the way.
Back to the content.
Which I know Pete didn't look at the rundown.
There's not a lot to talk about, honestly.
The funny thing is, when we went on the air, like a shit ton of stuff happened like right after the show. So that's the irony.
Oh.
But everyone has COVID, man.
Yeah, everyone.
Except me and y'all.
Jared Goff disappointed me.
I was waiting for this. How about that Rams talk?
Sad.
Pain?
Pain. I think that Jared Goff needs to have like his replacement kind of more up his butt, you know, like, or second string. Why do they never play the second string?
Blake Bortles is up on deck now.
Nah, it's not Bortles anymore. It's some other person.
Bortles managed to choke before. Wow, that is X-rated level choking.
Yeah,
Bortles got cut the year before the year.
No, but they signed him back.
Oh, I don't know.
Because Goff broke his thumb.
Oh, I didn't see. Actually, I think I did see that.
Puna Ford is the reason why his thumb got broke.
Well, I remember you saying
Texas defensive tackles.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Well, I do remember you saying at the beginning of the year that the Rams were not going to make the playoffs, and they're at the brim of not making the playoffs this year. If they lose this weekend and the Bears win, they're out.
Now you know why I jumped the ship.
Dang.
I called it.
Wait! I thought if the Cardinals win, they're in.
But they lost last week, so they kind of screwed themselves.
Yeah. So the thing is that if the
Arizona's done.
No, Arizona. If Arizona
Niners
wins, they're in. But if both Arizona win and the Bears win,
they're out.
Then the Rams are out.
Okay.
And
so basically, the Cardinals need help.
Yeah,
and they gotta win.
Yeah.
Had they just beat the Niners and won out, they'd had control their own destiny. But they didn't. They choked. But again, shout out to Keith because
franchises gonna lose.
Shout out to Keith because like that bet we made, looks like we're gonna get a touchdowns and tangent Super Bowl party because Kyler Murray had a definitely better year than Cam Newton. Definitely, statistically, fantasy wise, just across the board. So we'll be cashing out of that in January.
Cashing.
Not rushing too by a little bit.
Celebrations.
Definitely celebrations. Offensive line play. General happiness. And looking better in the number 1 jersey. Who would have thunk it? Who would have thunk it?
What happens if the Bears and the Rams win?
The Cardinals are out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, which is making things interesting. It makes, there's less people resting in week 17 because of this whole 7-week playoff. 17 playoff. Only having one team get the bye for the first time, which I thought was going to be crap, but it's actually making things a little more interesting during the last week. Because
the Saints are trying to vie for it, but I think the Packers, especially with how badly they beat, what team was that? The Titans. Titans are looking kind of fake, but Tannehill pulled off that nice-ass touchdown run. The Titans are looking like they could be something.
So let me ask you this. Do you think it's fair that the Cowboys can get in with a win and the Cardinals need a fucking they need a win and some help?
I said it beforehand. I was like, they should do what the NBA did. Like, it's best records. There's no reason why there's going to be like a 11-5 team missing the playoffs in the AFC when there's probably going to be a 7-9 team that wins the NFC East. Like, division titles shouldn't even matter. Yeah, you won your division, you can be a wild card.
No, I disagree with that. I think they still matter.
I don't think it does.
Those are the teams. Those are the teams you spend a third of your season playing. That's like saying league doesn't matter.
But they suck.
Those are the people you're preparing. Those are the people you're preparing to play all year long.
They're the definition of hot ass. Like, literally. Like, they're hot ass in a tinfoil can that you would get. Never mind.
Well, it was like that the same year that when the Cardinals actually made it to the Super Bowl. Hot ass.
Yeah. Your minor league fantasy team is hot ass.
Someone should write that down. My title was just going to be, it's if you're listening to this, it's too late. You can't go back to 2020.
We've already used that tag like 7 times.
That's true. We got to talk about, like, our title arrangements were actually pretty good this year. We weren't as repetitive, but,
Some of them are kind of a reach for the stars.
Yeah, but I mean, sometimes